Yo people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is. It's time for another video. Big up your damn selves in the building. Make sure you smash up the likes every single damn time and subscribe if you are new. I know it's been a rocky road recently, you know. I am all over the shop because I'm moving house. But yesterday, we put the Wi-Fi in place, the most important ingredient to the cake. And it's up and running in the new place, which means now it's all about moving the furniture over. It's all about getting the moving van, getting the studio moved next week, because that's going to be a big task, but we're going to get it done. Massive headache today, loads of drama, but eventually we got it done. So yeah, we're edging closer next week, I think, to really moving and getting everything, you know, going in the direction we need to. But we have to talk on Dewsbury Hall. It's official. He signed. Like I said, his lateness is greatness. We do need to talk about Chukwuemeka. We do need to talk about our new striker, Gu, and also other players as well. But I want to start with Dewsbury Hall because I don't know what happened, but when those images got released yesterday, I just felt this overwhelming sense of joy, which is odd, right? Because I wasn't like, yo, really excited for this player, but I'm kind of warm into him. And I feel like maybe it's dopamine off the fact that he's not child. He's just 25 years old. You know, it's another grown-ass man to come into the club, another grown-ass man to add to the spine of the team, to add to the first team that we know is going to go in there and compete for places. We know is going to go in there and add some maturity, add some sort of professionalism, and hopefully raise the games of the ones around him. And also just the fact that it is someone that Maresca does know, as you guys pointed out. It is someone that he is comfortable with. So it hopefully just eases the pre-season for him, just smoothens the ride. Because this is a tough job. It's a really difficult job for him. So anything that can kind of improve or help him, aid him, is a plus. And, you know, the more I think about it, the more I think to myself, we do have issues in that left half space last season. We do have enough numbers, but we do have issues, and it's because of injuries, whether it's in Cuckoo, Chukwuemeka. This does just eliminate any issue now. This is like, we don't need to worry about them being susceptible, prone to injury. I still hope that obviously Chukwuemeka stays, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. But with the season that we have coming up, with the amount of games, we just don't have to worry about that anymore. And this 4-3-3, and I've even got a template actually. I want to put it up on screen. I've got templates of what could be, because I've been discussing the last couple of days, people have been, you know, kind of convincing me more on this signing and kind of get me a bit more upbeat on it. And it's going to be interesting to see how Chelsea set up. It really is. You know, Dewsbury Hall, is he going to be a starter? Is he going to be a rotational player? Depending probably on form, maybe earlier on the season his importance and impact is higher because of course he knows the way that Maresca wants to play, and then maybe it might fade or it might stay depending on his form. He's going to be maybe in that left channel. He's a left footer, playing in those half spaces, receiving in those half spaces. Palmer could be with him. Could be a double 10 situation. And how are we going to build up with the back three? How are we going to build up with the 3-2 build up? Is it going to be an inverted fullback like a Cucurella or Reece James from either side? Is it going to be even on the other formation I have here, Gusto bobbing forward and then a Palmer tucking in? And then you have Enzo and Caicedo in front of a Cucurella, you know, Colwell and Tosin, just an example. Are we going to invert the right back into the midfield, or are we going to send the right back flying forward and move Palmer in field? Or, you know, it's so much interesting little intricacies in the preseason I can't wait to see. And the flexibility that, you know, this player is going to bring, or the availability, hopefully, the durability he's going to bring, because we know Gallagher is someone they're trying to move on. However, as I keep saying, just because Dewsbury Hall is here doesn't mean Gallagher's leaving. They want Gallagher to leave. They still have to actually sell him. And that is a whole nother discussion for them to find out and figure out. But we'll see how that goes. So I am a lot more upbeat. I am a lot more excited. And he's here now. You know, he's here. And you know the rules around here. When anybody arrives on the doorstep, we open them. You know, we welcome them with open arms, and we make sure that, you know, we're backing them from the beginning, because, you know, we need this guy to be a success. This is the second senior kind of player that's come in for the manager. Needs to do well, needs to pop off. And we're gonna see how that does in preseason, but I'm looking forward to it now. His quotes have been great. There's quotes all over the place. There's images all over the place, of course. His kind of farewell to Leicester was very, very touching, very professional. He's obviously been there for a very long time, so he knows the Ben Chilwell's in the squad, the Wesley Fofana's in the squad, and they had their little hints and, you know, their little images go out in recent days as well. So yeah, just happy that a grown-ass man's coming in, happy that just we are seeing more of above the age of 23 in the squad, which is something that was promised reportedly. So yeah, good to see a bit of balance in the recruitment. Now let's move on, because it's going to be really interesting to see Carney Chukwuemeka's future after this deal has been done. Now, it came out breaking news last night that Chukwuemeka has a £40 million release clause in his contract. For me, I don't think AC Milan can afford that. The only teams that can afford that are Premier League teams. Should anybody be paying that for him at this current moment in time, based on the talent? Maybe. Based upon what we've seen in terms of availability? No. So I think we're safe. Now, people have said, you know, should we just offer him a new contract because, you know, let's just get that release clause out of there. That was a release clause that was inserted whilst Todd Boehly was sporting director. I think it's very important to mention that, because you can't put that on the new director's doorstep. I'm putting them under pressure, don't get me wrong, but not for this one, because they didn't sign this guy and they definitely didn't negotiate that deal. Hopefully, we don't hear about any release clauses for players we have signed, because we would rather negotiate on our own terms and our own valuations. But this one, 40 million release clause, it's not great. I don't like it, but it's already there. And like I said, it's Todd Boehly, and he was just doing wonderful mills. Now, you can't give, in my opinion, Carney Chukwuemeka a new contract and renegotiate the release clause, because he's already on 100k a week. Based upon our wage structure, 100k a week for what he's been able to bring so far, availability-wise, is very generous. I don't think he'd be getting 100k a week in this current structure. So he's going to want a lot more money to take the release clause out to give himself less, you know, it's going to give him less of a kind of get out if the situation goes sour or it goes left. So he's going to want more money to compensate for the lack of release clause. We shouldn't be offering him more money until we see a season of consistency. So I think we kind of just have to leave it, to be honest. It's already done. There's nothing you can do about it. Like I said, I don't think a new contract is on the cards, nor should it be. He's obviously contracted down for quite long as well. So I would leave it and just hope that if he does smash it this season and then those 40 million offers do come in, then maybe first he just wants to stay and he just rejects proposals coming his way. But B, maybe then we can justify a new contract. But again, it's sticky because 100k in comparison to others is quite a bit. But that's my thoughts on that situation right now. I think we should be okay. I want him to stay desperately. I think he's talented. And I think we need the numbers, right? If we're going to be playing this 4-3-3, we're going to be playing these 8.5 spaces, and we're going to be potentially, we're going to talk about it, but potentially, you know, moving Palmer out wide because we are not going for a right winger now, and we're having Madueke and Palmer out there, then yeah, we need to have these ideas on our head. But I also want to bring up the possibility of this quickly. That people keep saying we're going for a right-footed winger. What does that mean? Because we haven't made that move yet. But the only thing I can think of is that Sterling is going to go to right wing to, you know, do time with Madueke, and Mudryk is going to be on the left wing on his own. Jackson's going to stay out front, and Kuku's going to be up front, or he's going to be a second strike or whatever. Gets kind of congested, but that's the only way it opens. Sterling hugs the touchline on the right. Madueke hugs the touchline on the right, pulls the defensive shape apart, gives those spaces in the middle to the Palmers and the Dewsbury Halls. Then you maybe can say, all right, we need a left winger to give competition to Mudryk. But I don't know. It's tough. Now, because Amari Hutchinson's left to Ipswich, which happened a couple of days ago, that was a good deal. You know, we got good money for him. Obviously, Arsenal get a bit of percentage. That rules him out of the right wing reckoning. Like, Amari Hutchinson's gone. We don't need to talk about him anymore. Good money, 1 year flip. That's a good example, I guess, of investing in a decent price point and getting a great, you know, profit from it. So we only have Angelo to really bring into the conversation unless we're talking about the 2025 kids, which are not going to be here until then. So interesting situation. But like I said, me still thinking left side of the pitch, very congested, very high wage earners, very high price points. Sterling, Mudryk, Cucurella, Chilwell. I know there's Calafiori links. Until I see one of those guys leave, and Matt Law has said that Chilwell could also be leaving, his future is unsure. His future is in doubt, along with the Gallaghers, along with Trevor Chalobah. There's a list that The Athletic put out, which include Amando Broja, Lukaku, Kepa, Cassidy, Datra Fofana, Malang Sarr. as well added to those other names. If we start to see some exits on that left wing, then fantastic. Because I think that left wing needs serious attention. Serious attention. However, exits are key because you can't have 3 left backs. You can't have 3 left wingers, etc. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes, especially when Maresca is looking for positionally versatile players, right? Players that can play in multiple positions and have intelligence to receive in multiple parts of the pitch and keep the game flowing, according to reports. That's something we need to bear in mind. If you're going to have players that are positionally versatile, then the whole point is that you're not triple stacking on each position because they are able to plug holes. Not plug holes in a poor way, plug holes in a brilliant way. Like a Bernardo Silva at City, for instance, who's played left back and right wing, you know. Now, Gue, we know Gue signed. We spoke about Gue coming to the club already. There's just more noise coming out that Gue is going to be part of the first team. Gue has signed because he's been promised or he's been told that he's going to be part of the first team, which tells me that we can't really then be in for a striker because you're not going to sign a striker and then also be interested in a right-footed left winger. Either Jackson's going to have to vacate to the left and you get a striker, or you leave Jackson with Gue. I think it's probably the latter. Now, who knows, right? We'll see. We know Isak was never going to happen, and it didn't, and it won't. But we don't want Gue to be a Washington. What we saw last season of Washington was you are the second choice, but you never played. You never barely even made the bench in the second half of the season after Mando Broja went to Fulham on loan. If Gue's going to be the second striker, Gue actually has to get chances. Now, because we've got European football, we've got more games, I think he will get opportunities. I think he'll play a lot of Conference League games and cup games. But if you added another striker, then it's getting very sticky for Gue. And then you're better off loaning out Gue so he gets minutes and develops instead of keeping him in the under-23s and stockpiling, with Morgan and Washington and all those other strikers that need to share game time down there. Don't think Gue needs to be playing under-23 football. So we'll see how that materializes as well. But I just thought I'd put that out there. If you see more striker links, think of Gue. Don't forget about Gue, guys, right? I know he's cheap, but don't forget about Gue. Either Gue goes out on loan if he doesn't impress in pre-season, or you're using Gue. But don't waste Gue's time. He's left Barcelona to come here. I'm actually quite impressed. I'm kind of shocked as well at the same time. I did not expect a young La Masia talent, Spanish talent, to leave Barcelona at the young age of 18 and join Chelsea. Obviously, just join anyone for that regard, join any Premier League team. I thought the dream would have been to be at Barcelona, but he wants to come to the Prem. He wants to play here. He wants to play games. He wants to be part of the first team. Great. Let's see if that happens. Now, there has been a couple of other exits outside of obviously Hutchinson. Obviously, Lewis Hall's been confirmed as well. So let's just get that added in and mentioned. Money's flying through the door on those deals. You know how much I like Lewis Hall, but that's already been and gone, that deal, and we know what's happening there. So there's no point crying over spilt milk. In terms of the goalkeeping situation as well, there's not really any more updates, guys. It's more noise that Sanchez will be the first choice and Petrovic will probably fall into second. I would prefer a new keeper, but again, it's Maresca. If he really rates Sanchez and he wants to keep Sanchez and he sees him as his Edison or whatever, then, let's see that. Let's see how that goes. Let's see if that does well. Personally, I'm very concerned about Sanchez. I just think he's a little bit erratic and a little bit I can't trust him. He's untrustworthy. Not as a person, but as a player. I can see him having a good game, and then in 1 minute he just does a moment of madness and just costs us. So yeah, I don't know if hopefully Maresca knows the strengths and weaknesses. Doesn't need to see it for his own eyes because that won't be a pretty picture. But yeah, let's see how that goes. But yeah, that's pretty much everything, guys. Dewsbury Hall's in the building. Out with the new and in with the old. I'm gonna call this in with the old. 25 years old. That's the buzz. That's the dopamine. We signed a grown-ass man. Brilliant. Now, like I said with Dewsbury Hall, even less so than the competition side of things, let's just hope that he can bring the same stats or the same quality that he showed in the Championship because, yeah, he's in that period of time now where he is 25. So it isn't really a whole development. There is no development. There is no 2 years and then, no. You're 25, you're going to be 26. Let's get cracking. Early doors. Just give extra competition to this team. Give extra quality to this team. Or if you're coming off the bench, make those impacts. If you're starting, handle business, goals, assists, creativity, etc., etc. That's what we need to see from the jump. He is stepping up a level. He's been at this level before, but he is stepping up back to this level. Just have to hope that it works out. But I'm feeling better, purely because I did want experienced players, and I'm not asking for big names. As you guys know, I didn't want Osimhen. I'm not asking for 100 million splash. I do like Isak a lot, but that was never going to happen. I just want experienced players with a good mindset, great mentality. They want to be here. There's no other reason for them coming apart from the fact that they have the motivation to succeed at the highest level and want to rise to that level and balance out the squad and bring a bit of professionalism and bring a bit of know-how and game management. So, and I think that's all we need, because like I said, previous video, keep everybody fit, keep people fit. There will be improvements already there. Lavia's, Nkuku's, Carney's, Reece James, etc. Keep people fit and add those little bits of experience in those positions we know are weak in. And I think from a playing squad-wise, we should be making top 4. Managerial, I have absolutely no idea. We'll see how he does. So, yeah, guys, make sure you smash up the likes. Make sure you subscribe. And, yeah, I'm looking forward to pre-season. I really can't wait for pre-season, I'll be honest. The Euros is... Every time I watch a game, it goes left. I don't get too much excitement. It seems there's no goals, there's no quality. I look forward to pre-season very much. Pre-season friendlies, Chelsea games are going to hit like crack. You know, you'd think that friendlies are something to brush off the shoulder. No. I'm going to be locked in like their Champions League final games. I just can't wait. I've had enough now. Bring Chelsea back. So we're getting ever closer to it. Like I said, hit the icons. I'll see you guys next time. Big up your damn selves. In a bit, people. Peace.